Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. It's Monday night, and while even though Monday and Tuesday you don't have school with Act 80 days, I thought I'd give you a run through for the things that are going to be going on for this week, answer any questions that you may have about the midterm exam, and just get everything kind of set up for you so that you know what to expect for this week and what looks to be several upcoming weeks as Governor Wolf has closed schools and non-essential businesses for indefinitely. So it looks like at least through April, this is going to be the setup that we're going to be doing with remote learning, which for a speech and debate class is certainly going to present some challenges for us, but I got a feeling we'll be able to make it work. So I'm just going to run through all the assignments with you for this week, just so you understand what's going to be going on here for CHS argumentation, and make sure that we get you up to speed with everything and be ready to flourish. So really, it's a pretty straightforward week so far as what the assignments are, where your midterm exam review packet is due on Wednesday. So if that hasn't been completed yet by Wednesday, you want to make sure it is. And there's a Ed Puzzle review that I would like you to complete. And if you do take a look at Google Classroom, and when you log on to Google Classroom, I know it has everything in the stream set up, but I think it's certainly in your best interest for organizational purposes to take a look at classwork, where there I have a remote learning folder. And yours is going to look a little bit different because you don't have these two grayed out parts, which are your midterm exam. But you notice here at the top are the office hours still, typically for Fridays, although if we want to schedule something at another time, we have the ability to do so. Should you decide to utilize office hours, do take note that there is a password that you have to use to log on. This has changed from how things were before. So there is that kind of password. And the other thing for you to notice at the top of the classwork page, if you hadn't already, is I have the updated student Congress bills. So while these are not due, I do have a link to the current bills that have already been submitted, and I think I have 5 bills, yes. So as you're looking to see and maybe concerned if someone else is doing a bill that you were potentially thinking about, this would basically let you know if that bill is still available for you and on the table. So I'll take care of adding your bill to this document. That's just there for you to view it and be able to see what's going on. But for every week that we're doing remote learning, I'm going to have a new topic, a new folder kind of set up that'll always have the date. So this folder won't disappear, but next week there'll be another one that'll simply say remote learning, and then that one would be April the 6th through the 9th. And at the top of each remote learning is going to be an assignment list, which when you open up, it's basically like a cheat sheet, a table, which would show you all the assignments that should be, when they're due, and what you should be working on. So really, we're just taking a look at Wednesday, doing our review for the midterm, and then you still may be finishing some things with Student Congress, and then essentially taking your midterm on both Thursday and Friday. And remember, we scheduled that time to be second period, so from 9:06 to 9:46. Now, if for some reason you're unable to take the test, the exam on those days, please let me know ahead of time so that we can schedule another time for you to do so. But you'll just be accessing the midterm through Google Classroom, and then also your review that we're going to do. So I know you already completed a review packet, but I have an Ed Puzzle video that I would like you to do, which shouldn't take overly long, but it'll link you straight up into Ed Puzzle because it's going through your Google sign in. So if you do need to sign in, you would just do it through your student Gmail. But it's a recorded lesson of me running through the review packet from a couple years ago, but I've embedded some questions that I would like you to answer. So you can see that I have the questions here. There's no skipping, so you'll just have to kind of answer those, but they're all multiple choice. So basically you kind of just going through a review, and you'll get a point for each one of these questions that you do answer correctly. And really, they should be pretty straightforward because they're all based from the review or comments that I say during the video, and you have the ability to rewatch. So I'm sure most of you have done an Ed Puzzle before. It's something that I've certainly used, but if you haven't, I think it'll be a pretty easy learning curve for you. But if you have any questions, let me know. So for Wednesday, I would like you to watch that Ed Puzzle, and I'll get your scores immediately and be able to put those into Power School. And then on Thursday and Friday, you're going to do part 1 and part 2 of the midterm, and they are two separate different tests. Both of them are going to be worth 40 points. The material that's going to be for Thursday, you certainly want to know the intro to rhetoric notes that we were kind of going over, and then also be familiar with the Tolman model, logical fallacies, and eloquence, which I know is basically a lot, pretty much the whole entire semester of material, but that's going to be on that first part of the test, which is multiple choice, matching, true, false kind of type of setup. For Friday, also through a Google form, this one will have the parliamentary procedure, and then also still some Toolman model and logical fallacies. This will be a mix of multiple choice as well as some explanation on your part, some short answer. Not going to be doing an essay by any means, but there will be a little bit more of a written component than what you had for part one. And then the last part, really, for this week would be by Friday submitting your research planner and your formal bill for Student Congress. So those things would also be due by Friday. Now, you don't have to wait for the 9:46 time or the 9:06 time, excuse me. You can submit that anytime through Friday and also ahead of time. And as I mentioned, with the 9:06, 9:46, how that'll work on Google Classroom is this assignment won't become available for you until 9:06 on Thursday and 9:06 on Friday, and then it is also to be submitted by 9:46. So there's kind of like a timer on there, at which point it would get indicated if it was submitted late. So you should be able to complete both parts in 40 minutes, and as I said, that'll go in then 40 points for both Thursday and 40 points for Friday. How this will work semester-wise is those points will just go into your semester grade. They don't get saved for averaged in with the final exam grade at the end of the semester or anything like that. They'll just kind of count towards your current grade that you have. So you'll see those points going in fairly quickly. And once all tests do get submitted, I'll be able to return those to you so you can see which ones you did well on and which you may have missed. But I have certainly the utmost confidence that you'll be able to do well with these. So the plan is what's going to be happening really kind of next week is certainly by Saturday or Sunday, I'll have all the bills uploaded for you, at which point you're going to be able to take a look at other bills and then take a look at the 5-argument organizer, which is also in your Student Congress packet. But basically, you're going to be reviewing other people's bills and deciding which ones you would be interested in doing a pro or con speech for. Now, I realize there's a whole question as to speeches and how we're going to do this with remote learning. Basically, the setup, and I'll get the specific dates out to you next week. Everyone is going to submit a video, a speech of a video of them completing the speech. I'm not going to do anything so far as taking away a teleprompter or reading. I certainly want you to kind of make eye contact, obviously, but if you want to have a script, a speech in front of you, that's acceptable. I'm not going to have any problems with that for this particular assignment. But you'll be reading your speech, kind of presenting it to us. We'll be posting those then onto Google Classroom for us to view and for me to view and grade, but then also for people to kind of view and come up with some pro and con speeches based on your video presentation. So you'll be doing a video of yourself, kind of like this, where you'll just record yourself doing the speech. And then we'll set up some kind of forum or situation where we can pose questions, ask questions, and be able to respond with some pro-con videos. So I realize the whole vote aspect is kind of up in the air at this point, but I do want you to at least be able to kind of get the speech concept down for Student Congress since you're already coming up with bills, and I want you to have an opportunity to kind of react and post some pro and con speeches to other people. So still kind of ironing out those details, and I'm sure it'll be a little bit of a we'll wait and see how it goes and try to figure things out along the way. But I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do something along those lines with Student Congress. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Look forward to hopefully seeing you guys again. And you don't really realize how much you enjoy a class until you're not able to see the people who are part of that class. So it's certainly something that I miss, and I look forward to being able to have a regular argumentation class again at some point. So stay safe. Stay inside for the most part. Get some sun, get some exercise. Maybe get some walks around the neighborhood. But do certainly take seriously the whole shelter-in-place situation that we're under. Like I said, questions, let me know. Otherwise, good luck this week with your midterms, and I can't wait to take a look at those bills that are going to be submitted. Have a good night. Enjoy.